So I'm climbing up this giant pole. I just got this job. I have to go to the top of these tall electrical poles and check some circuits on top. I have this big machine that's hanging from my waist. I have to plug it in and take a bunch of data to measure how much electricity is flowing through and whether or not that matches the predefined government expectations. And this eagle starts dive bombing me. But it's not dive bombing my head, it's picking at my hands. And suddenly I slip off, and then a couple more eagles come in and they start picking at this little safety belt that I have wrapped around the pole, and I start to plummet to my death. And when I walked into the produce section, I noticed they had a lot of bananas that were larger than normal. And I'm standing there looking at the bananas thinking, why are these bananas so large? And I turned to the clerk that was stocking the tomatoes that were next to the bananas. I don't know why they put the tomatoes next to the bananas. Maybe they think they go well together or something, or maybe it's just the colors. And so I asked him, why are the bananas so big? And when I got to the bottom of the slide and I went into the pool, I went underneath the water and I saw that there was a lot of people in the pool. And as I climbed out and I tried to find my towel in the lockers inside, but I didn't remember my locker number, and I didn't have my little key with me that let me open up the locker. So I opened up just random lockers and I grabbed this towel out. It was a Snoopy towel, and it was a picture of Snoopy with sunglasses, Joe Cool, like his brother Spike, who lives out in the desert. One time I was walking through the desert and I saw this dead guy on the ground. It looked like he'd been dead for maybe a month or so. I guess he was walking through the desert for some kind of reason, and he stumbled across a blank space on the floor that he thought it might be good to lay down dead on. And so I found him. I pulled out his wallet, and there was a picture of me and him smiling at the camera. And I didn't recognize the guy, nor did I remember taking the picture. So I looked up ahead, and I saw this gigantic tower, and I started climbing up this tower. And then I looked to my right, and there was this little girl with a lemonade stand selling lemonade, except they forgot to buy the sugar, or they didn't buy the sugar because of some kind of tariffs on sugar. They couldn't afford it. So they sold me lemonade that didn't have any sugar in it, and I drank the lemon juice spiked with water and ice, and I thought that was a nice, cool, refreshing drink to have after wandering in the desert, finding piles of dead people. I don't know about you, but I've been finding a lot more dead people out in the desert as I go out walking around, because it seems that the desert is somehow collecting dead people for one reason or another. So if you're interested in finding some dead people, check out the desert, because that's where they're all hanging out these days.